Have you ever been in the middle of a casual conversation, and right before you open your mouth to speak, your brain suddenly stops to check three different grammar rules, translates every single word from your native language, and forces you to stay completely silent because you are terrified of making a mistake? This endless, frustrating loop of overthinking is the #1 reason why intermediate learners get stuck at the B1 level for months or even years without ever achieving the breakthrough to real fluency.
The truth is, your brain already contains enough vocabulary words and sentence structures to have a wonderful, deep conversation, but your deep-rooted habit of translating word by word is blocking your tongue. To move to the next level, you must learn to bypass that mental filter, stop overthinking, and train your brain to connect thoughts directly to English speech. Welcome to English Conversation Hub. I am Oliver.
And I am Ava. We are absolutely thrilled to welcome you to today's extended podcast-style lesson. Stepping up from a basic beginner to a confident, independent intermediate speaker requires a complete shift in how you practice your skills daily, Oliver. And today we are going to break down exactly how to achieve that.
Exactly, Ava. Many B1 students tell me, Oliver, I can read books and I can understand movies perfectly when I am alone, but when it is my turn to speak in front of people, my mind goes completely blank. Today, we are going to provide a very long, rich, and highly detailed listening practice session to help our listeners bridge that gap completely. How are you doing today, Ava?
I am doing fantastic, Oliver. I have a fresh, hot cup of black coffee ready, and I am incredibly excited for this topic. We are going to speak casually and naturally, maintaining a comfortable, slow, and steady pace, so our B1 learners can naturally absorb high-quality sentence structures and idioms without feeling overwhelmed by speed.
Perfect. Let us dive right in, tell some stories, and discuss how you can finally stop thinking and start speaking English fast.
You know, Oliver, the biggest trap at the B1 level is what I call the translation habit. When you are a true beginner, it is normal and expected to translate a sentence like, "How are you?" from your native language to English. But as an intermediate learner, if you continue to translate every complex idea, your conversations will feel exhausting and slow. You will always feel like you are running behind the rhythm of the conversation, trying to catch up with the other speakers.
I remember facing this exact wall when I was reaching an intermediate level in my second language, Ava. It was a very painful experience. I would sit at a dinner table with native speakers, and they would be laughing and sharing stories. I wanted to join the fun, but by the time I finished translating my response perfectly in my head, the group had already moved on to a completely different topic. It was incredibly frustrating and isolating. I realized that I had to figure out a way to think directly in the language.
Let us take a moment to look at this first essential phrase for our listeners. To figure out means to solve a problem, discover an answer, or understand a situation after spending time thinking about it deeply. An easy example sentence for B1 learners is, "We need to figure out the fastest route to the airport before the weekend traffic gets heavy." It is a phrase native speakers use multiple times every single day.
Yes, so I had to figure out a new method. I started a habit called situational labeling and mental commentary. Whenever I walked through my house alone, instead of thinking in my native language, I would look at objects and immediately say their English names out loud. Coffee cup, wooden desk, open window. Eventually, I upgraded this to short descriptions, like the coffee is hot or the sky is cloudy. This simple, free trick forces your brain to skip the translation step entirely.
That is an incredible strategy, Oliver. Another thing that holds B1 students back is their obsession with perfection. They want to use the most advanced vocabulary words and the most complex grammar structures in every single sentence. If they can't think of a rare, sophisticated word, they simply refuse to speak. Yesterday, I was walking down the path at the park and I saw my former colleague, Michael. I didn't try to use poetic or academic language. I just walked over cheerfully and said, "What's up?"
Let us break down this second very popular expression for our audience. The phrase, "what is up," is an authentic, informal way to greet a friend, family member, or close acquaintance. It means, "Hello, how are you?" or "what is happening in your life right now?" An easy example sentence is, "What is up, Sarah? I haven't seen you since last summer." It instantly creates a relaxed conversational atmosphere.
Exactly. Michael smiled, told me all about his new job, and we had a fast, energetic conversation. I didn't worry about whether my prepositions were 100% perfect. I just focused on sharing the message. If you wait until you can speak without a single mistake, you will never speak at all. Fluency is about communication, connection, and flow, not perfection.
That is a golden rule, Ava. If you hesitate too much during a fast conversation because you are checking your grammar, your brain loses its natural momentum. The speaker will keep talking at their normal speed, and you will find yourself struggling to catch up with the speed of the topic.
Let us explain this third crucial phrase, catch up. To catch up means to reach the same quality, speed, or level as someone or something that is currently ahead of you. For instance, if a runner starts the race late, they must sprint to catch up with the main group. In a language context, an example is, I missed the first 3 chapters of the English book, so I need to study tonight to catch up.
To avoid always needing to catch up, you have to trust the vocabulary you already possess. A B1 student actually has thousands of words stored in their passive memory. You don't need to learn 10,000 more words to be fluent. You just need to learn how to activate your current words quickly. You can use simple words to explain complex ideas. If you forget the word refrigerator, you can just say, the cold machine in the kitchen where we keep the milk. Native speakers will understand you perfectly.
That is a skill called circumlocution, and it is a major secret of fluent speakers. Another excellent daily habit is to listen to natural conversations without pausing the audio. Many students listen to a podcast, hear a new word, immediately pause it and look the word up in a dictionary. This breaks your focus and trains your brain to be dependent on stopping. It is much better to listen to a long audio clip from start to finish. At first, it might feel difficult, but after a week or 2, your brain will naturally start to catch on to the core meaning of the context.
Let us stop here to highlight this 4th useful phrase, catch on. In this specific context, to catch on means to finally understand a concept, realize a meaning, or become familiar with a new pattern after some time or repetition. An easy example for daily practice is, at first the British accent was hard for me to understand, but after watching a few series, my ears began to catch on.
Yes, your brain is incredibly smart. It can guess the meaning of an unknown word just by looking at the surrounding sentences. Another massive habit shift is practicing active shadow reading. Find a short audio clip of a native speaker, look at the transcript, and speak out loud at the exact same time as the speaker. Try to match their rhythm, their pauses, and their emotion. This forces your vocal cords and your mouth muscles to move at a natural English speed without giving your brain time to freeze or overthink.
I highly recommend that method. It builds incredible muscle memory. But remember, there will be days when your energy is low, or you try to speak and you make 3 mistakes in a row, and you feel a wave of disappointment. You might feel like your English is going backward instead of forward. In those moments of deep frustration, instead of quitting or closing your book, take a deep breath, look at your learning system, and ask yourself, what is the matter?
Let us look at this 5th and final phrase, which is wonderful for showing understanding and checking on problems. What is the matter is a compassionate way to ask someone, or yourself, what specific problem is causing sadness, frustration, worry, or physical discomfort. For example, if your friend looks very stressed during an exam, you can ask, you look very worried, what is the matter? When learning English, identifying what the matter is helps you fix the issue instead of giving up.
Exactly. If the matter is that you are tired, take a rest. If the matter is that the video is too fast, change the speed to 0.75. Be a problem solver, not a critic. Fluency does not happen overnight, but it happens quickly when you stop overthinking and start trusting your voice.
This has been such an engaging, long, and deeply practical conversation, Oliver. I know that if our B1 intermediate listeners apply these mindset shifts and active habits every day, they will unlock a completely new level of speaking confidence.
I agree completely, Ava. The power to speak fast is already inside you. You just have to let go of the brakes and start speaking today. Let us summarize a highly effective sentence framework from today's episode that you can use to practicalize your daily English habits. Whenever you are faced with a technical issue, a scheduling conflict, or a language barrier that requires an answer, use the structure, I need to figure out. For example, you can say, I need to figure out how to think in English today, or I need to figure out my study routine for this evening. It is natural, native level, and extremely useful.
Now, we have a very friendly, interactive question for all of our intermediate viewers practicing with us today. Please type your answer in the comments below. What is the biggest challenge you face when you try to stop translating in your head? We absolutely love reading your stories, and we promise to reply to your comments.
If you found this long, detailed B1 level listening practice valuable, and you want to start speaking English fast without overthinking, please take a quick second to hit the like button and share this video with your fellow language learners.
And make sure to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our slow, natural, and highly detailed conversations here on English Conversation Hub. Thank you so much for your focus and your wonderful dedication today. Keep speaking up and have a beautiful day ahead.
Goodbye, everyone. Stay confident, keep talking, and we'll see you in our next conversation.